Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nixon. I am so excited to have you here in the PBS classroom, which maybe you've noticed a few things are looking a little strange today. It's almost like we're getting ready for a party. Do you know what it is? It's almost summertime, and here at PBS, we're gonna count down these last few days before we get to go on a little summer vacation. And things are going to change up just a little bit for the summer school program that's here. But we want to make sure that you keep watching. But just so you know, look how cute all of these decorations are. They did a great job. All right, today I want to talk to you about a couple of different things. With summer being on the horizon, I want to take a little opportunity and put in a plug for our fun activity workbooks. I even said a workbook. It's really not a workbook because it's full of games and puzzles and fun things to do. And the way that you get it, see that address that's going to pop up on the screen? Send me a letter, write me an email, tell me what fun things you're going to be doing for summer vacation, and I'd love to put one of these in the mail for you for free. All right, something else that you can be looking forward to as our summer months are coming fast approaching to us is going to be reading. So it doesn't matter how you do it. You can check out a book from your county local library, your school library, or go online and check out a book from Sora. It doesn't matter how you're doing it. We just always want to encourage you to be reading and writing every day. All right. Third grade, I have 3 things we're going to go through today. We're going to talk about suffixes, irregular spelling patterns, and we're going to finish off with a little figurative language, specifically with idioms. Are you ready to start? Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to start us out with our high frequency words. Just to warm up our brains today, remember, these are the words that we see often in our reading and writing. We want to make sure that we're able to spell them as well. You're going to notice some homophones today. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but see if you can start to think about which ones you see. All right, let's go through and let's do them together. You read them big and loud at home, and I'm going to read them here with you. Must, much, myself, my, no, not, now, number, new, and never. Nicely done. Okay, let's look at these two. We've got must, M-U-S-T, and much, M-U-C-H. Help me use them in a couple of sentences. I'm going to read them big and loud. You read them big and loud at home. Let's go. Don't water the plant to and he have left in a hurry. Well, don't water the plant too much makes sense. Good. And he must have left in a hurry. I wonder what happened that gave away that clue. All right. Let's get started. Let's talk about those suffixes again this week. We've been practicing them. I feel like we've done them the last few weeks to warm up our brain for those suffixes. I have some suffixes that are written here on a flashcard. We're going to just kind of go through because we're training our brains. We want to be able to see them, recognize them, and say them fluently. You ready to go? Here we go. Ness, lee, full, us, less, mint, a bull, ness. Okay, good job, third grade. So something like that is a great way to practice them so that you are super fluent, and then your brain is going to know, hey, I've seen that before. Okay. Especially in third grade, it's important to talk about the meanings of suffixes and what they can do. And I've got a couple of things that are going to be a little different today than what we've done in the past. I'm going to start with this very first one. So our suffixes, the first one here is when we add ly, and I just want to talk about it because ly doesn't really have a distinct meaning or a definition, but here's what it does. It changes an adjective, a describing word, into an adverb. And an adverb is a word that tells us how something happens. So let's look at how this is done. So if my base word is calm and I add ly, I'm telling someone how they did it, so then it would be calmly. Calmly. They calmly walked across the street, even though that maybe it was loud and scary, okay? Now these suffixes have a definition. So less means without. So if I had the base word price and I add without, that means it's without price. It's priceless, okay? You are priceless. We can't replace you. There is no amount of money that can compare to how valuable of a person you are. Let's look down here. We've got full, which means full of. Here's our base word, cheer. So we're full of cheer. Here's our word. What is it? Cheerful. Excellent job. Yes, that's exactly what we are. We are cheerful. Okay, I'm going to spin this around because I have a couple of things we're going to kind of talk about here. So homophones go with our irregular spelling. And I'm going to be totally honest, third graders. Are you ready? Spelling has never been something that I've ever said I'm really good at. But you know what? I have always enjoyed learning about spelling. And I encourage you to learn about spelling too, because it's just one of those kind of tricky things. You have to study our words. The more you read, the easier it is to learn how to spell. One of the things that can really trick us up are homophones. Now, homophones are words that sound the same, but they look and mean something different. So it's really important that we know what the spellings are for these types of words. So I have a couple of examples. I have see, this means S-E-E, like when you're looking with your eyes. And the sea, do you see the little boat that's out there on the ocean? S-E-A is a different type of sea. So this is an example of what a homophone is. Today, not only do I want to talk about homophones, but I'm going to pull this back over because we're talking about irregular spellings, but there's some other things that we have to be on the lookout for. We have to be on the lookout for things like silent letters. Back in October, I think it was, we talked about ghost letters. We had some cute little ghosts. But without knowing what these irregular spelling patterns look like, because we haven't practiced them, it's going to really trick us up. So it's important that we're looking at our words and talking about them and thinking about them. That's what we do in third grade. We think, right? All right. Irregularly spelled words can also have some unusual vowel sound spellings. Look at this word. Do you know that one? It's busy, but it's got a U in the middle of it. It looks like bussy. Okay, so we've got to be really good detectives when we are talking about different types of spelling. Okay, let's do a little bit of practice and see how we do. So we've got, up here, we've got those suffixes. And remember, we've got full, less, and ly. They're all going to go at the end of our words. And it says here, read the words with the suffixes less, full, and ly in the word box. Match each word to the correct meaning below. All right, so here we go. Full of pity. Okay, what are our choices? Read them. Wisely, finally, endless, and pitiful. Ooh, look at this. We've got pity and pity, but what happened to that Y? It changed to an I. So make sure we're paying attention to that. That kind of ties in with our spelling pattern that we're doing. So this is full of pity, right? In a wise way would be, do you see it? Yep, wisely. In a final way. Yes, finally. And without end, endless. Something that goes on forever and ever is endless. Sometimes I feel like a test can go on forever. It's very endless, right? I'm just kidding, it's a joke. All right, let's go through here and talk about some of those irregular spelling patterns. So it says, read each sentence below, choose the correct word from the word box to complete each sentence and write the word on the line. All right, we've got a couple of them here, but let's read the words that are in here. We've got thorough, your, scissors, look at that, it's got a C right there, through, what's this? Is that even a word? It's not. I'm going to put a big X on it because I don't even want us to think about that one. And your. All right. Okay, Mom found coat under the bed. Well, it probably is your, but look, I've got homophones. Which your is it? Well, let's practice it with the contraction. That's for you are. Okay, Mom found you are coat under the bed. Does that make sense? Nope. So we know that it's Y-O-U-R. That means that it belongs to you. We will need for this art project. What are we going to need for art? Scissors. Good. Practice it. It's got that silent C that's right there, and that is what makes it such a tricky word to spell. So I encourage you, remember I said at the beginning, Mrs. Nix, not the greatest speller, but it's kind of cool to find some of these unique spellings and become an amazing speller. All right. The last little piece that I want us to talk about today are idioms. Do you remember we've been practicing kind of that figurative language? English is so interesting because we have these words and phrases that don't always mean literally what they are saying. But it does make it so that as we're reading, it's pretty fun to listen to, right? Okay, so here's the example for today. It's probably one that you've heard before. Let's go through and let's look at it. I knew every answer on the math test. It was a piece of cake. Now look right here, piece of cake. Do you think that the math test was really a piece of cake that we got to eat? Does that make sense? It looks good, right? I can see everyone here is going, ooh, I want to eat that. What does it really mean though? Do we have some clues? I knew every answer. If I knew every answer, do you think it would be very hard? No, it would probably be something very easy to do. So it's important as we come across idioms that we are detectives. We're looking for some clues in the surrounding sentences or surrounding words that can give us some clues as to what the author is trying to tell us. I'm curious if you can come across some idioms as you are doing your reading. I bet you're going to see a whole bunch of them out there, and I'd love to hear about them. You should write me a note and let me know. All right. So, third grade, it was a fantastic day hanging out with you today. We got to do our suffixes. Remember what those were? Full, ly. What was our third one? I've even forgotten it too. Hang on, I'm going to look really fast. What was my third one? It was less. Oh my goodness, how fun is that? Then we went through, we talked about our irregular spellings, and you're going to find a whole bunch of those words and practice them, and our idioms. So thanks for hanging out with me today as you're getting ready for school. Remember, you are responsible for your learning success, so listen, ask questions, and share your ideas. Can't wait to see you back here tomorrow at PBS. Have a great evening, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good